TV, live in the flesh, live and direct in effect. You already know what time it is. We're gonna start this week a little differently. You know, there's no 3-point collectors.
Hey, it's been a while since we had that, innit?
It's been a while.
2 weeks now?
Yeah, only 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I remember first episode we came in here all lit like, yo, we're in this studio, we're all 3-point collectors.
We were all 3-point, no,
all of us.
No, I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. There's no 3-point collectors. None. But there's a few participants who participate, you know. Most draws in a Premier League fixture ever, so it's only right, ended 1-1, you know. But
dead rivalry there, man.
Me.
You still got to give a clap to that 3-point collectors.
3-point collectors. Wherever you are in the world, 3-point collectors. Contact you guys. Participants, if you participated, little one for you. But some teams have taken L's. Back-to-back L's.
Back-to-back!
Double L.
Like Drizzy.
I say double L. That's the guy from the bad that Ard Ads and that.
No, double L's. That's from OFB.
Yeah. He's from, where's he from? OFB, where's he?
From Tottenham, actually.
Oh,
conveniently.
Interesting.
From Tottenham, yeah. It's quite interesting, isn't it?
But, you know, usually we would plug Manscaped. You know, Manscaped is for grooming. We can see you've groomed today. You know, looking neat.
Looking fresh still. Fair enough.
That's a bit unfortunate. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you know. But well, why did you do that?
Why did I do what?
Why did you come here fresh?
He's got a girl now.
Oh yeah,
he's got a girl now.
Something's been more than football.
Yeah,
something's been more than football.
It's bigger than football. You know what I mean?
Life is good.
Oh, listen, but make
it was good.
Manscaped code STTV. Make sure you go and check that out. 20% off. Click the link if it should be in the bio. Get your grooming goods. But we're here to discuss football. And football's not being played in North London right now. Back-to-back L's, as you said. Listen, they're saying the Conte wheels are falling off. Miggy Almiron or Messi Almiron, as production has held him, is shaking and baking. Emerson Royale is looking at Emerson Peasant. There's a lot that we're seeing at Spurs. It's like, Harry Kane scoring goals, of course. He's leaving with something, but what is going on at the Tottenham Hotspur?
Bad week for you. How's it? What's it been looking like?
Awful week, bro. And I can't lie to you, that midweek one probably hurt more. And I was glad we didn't do a midweek episode because I was like, brother.
Well, what happened in the midweek?
Listen, it was a rough night.
No, but we might have fans that don't watch football.
This might be the first time somebody's ever watched football.
Yeah.
What happened midweek?
We got wiped the floor with, essentially.
By who?
Offensively, in midfield.
By who? Who did you play?
We were just awful. We were our worst enemies on the day.
No, but who did you play?
We played
the redeemed.
Shut it! I don't want to hear it. I'm not ready.
The redeem team.
I can't lie. Listen, you lot against the big teams this year. I don't know what you seem to do, but bruv, you lot took us to the clean.
Yeah.
Like, Anthony was looking worth every penny of the 100 mil. I'm like, what's going? Why are we giving these teams life? And my big issue with Spurs is I've said the window was one thing, and I've beaten that drum, but it's the way we've been playing. We said eventually we're gonna get caught out, and every Spurs fan just kept saying, "Oh, yeah, but we're third, and it's our best start in Premier League history." And I'm like,
it wasn't about if, it was about when.
Famous quote a wise man once said, "Don't let your eyes lie to you. Don't let your eyes lie to you." And I'm sorry, what I've been seeing, I can't let the game lie to me. We stink in defense, and especially today when we had Romero missing. And I'm not even gonna lie, even the last couple of games, he's been smelling it himself. Midfield, it's the same, jammy, no creativity, width. These wing backs don't want me to have a hairline, brother. I promise you, Maze.
Is it working?
Listen, I'm clinging. The edges are riding back. These man, Sessegnon, Emerson, they cannot find a final ball to save their lives. And I've been trying to be nice about it, but number 7, this is what I'm referring to him as now. You need to win back the rights to your name because I don't recognize him. And I'm sorry, we might have to start acknowledging maybe he's on the decline. We're approaching 30 now. We've hit our absolute peak and hitting our best calendar year. Yeah, you've been consistently getting numbers over the years, but it's like, if you're not putting those numbers up, what are you actually contributing to the game? And this is one thing I've always said. You've always been on this as well for years. I'll give you that. But involvement in the game, it's so poor. And we talk about world-class players. Are you just a world-class finisher or a world-class player?
Yeah, he's a
This is the thing. So for me, when your big players are not performing, when you have injuries out of the team and players are not stepping up, Basuma, I'm sorry, since he's come in, he's had 1 or 2 games where he's looked the part, but he looks a fish out of water, bro. I'm like, everyone's telling me this guy's
He ain't made for this standard.
No. But everyone's
He used to
giving
say
it
he's
that.
better than Deckers.
People were saying outside the top 6, though, was he not one of the best players to go for? And listen, it's still early doors, but I'm not surprised by anything that's happening right now. Even this kind of 2 games where we've played Newcastle United, they were 2 solid tests.
Yeah.
And I've said when we come up against these bigger teams, this is where I've said I don't think we signed enough quality in the summer to address our core issues. And I've always said I don't think the players we've already had have the quality.
But go into that point because this season, like in the beginning, because bro, sometimes you gotta get your flowers. You were one of the only Spurs fans that I was seeing consistently say this window is overrated. It's not good enough. Everybody was saying this is the window that's going to push you to potentially crash the Liverpool City, be the ones to crash it. We didn't expect Arsenal to come and all this stuff, but they thought it was going to be you guys to do this. You were out here on a whim saying this window is not it.
We even tried to convince you.
Why? What is it about the window that makes you say that?
Do you know what it is? I said we are in our best position we've been in a long time, since even a Pochettino days, where we've got Champions League football, you've got the allure, you've got the world-class manager, and we've supposedly, the board, opened up a kitty for Spurs and said 150 million plus any sales we make go back into the squad. So I'm thinking, rub the hands. And when we start the window quick as we did, get Perisic, get a backup keeper, I thought we've started off well. And I think everyone went off that early start where we made a few signings. Oh, Spurs are having a great window. 6 weeks followed on where I saw Richarlison was where the bulk of our money went. And I said...
Is that 10 games, 0 goals in the
0
league?
goals in the Premier League so far. Pruhive.
The pigeon.
Pruhive.
Bro, you jumped on Pruhive after 1-0.
Where's that reverse thing? I'm trying to find it right now. I'm jammed. Hey!
It's not looking good, bro.
Not looking good, bro.
Man was there going,
No, but all the things I was saying even about Richarlison are there to be seen. And for me, it's a thing where I'm saying you're spending 60 million on a player who I don't think is going to crack that front three. And even if he does, I don't think he's going to light the world up. Okay, he's maybe been one of the better signings. The rest have been nowhere to be seen. Lenglet getting absolutely skinned for the second goal today. And I've said, if you can't defend, I don't care about your ball playing abilities. Spence can't buy a minute to save his life.
Nope.
Basuma, a fish out of water completely. Fraser Forster, I don't even think he's put a kit on yet. So it's like Perisic has been okay, has been good in some games, and then
he started well.
Midweek, absolute stinker, gets dropped
but
today.
What I would say, right, is the thing about it with these type of signings, every time a Conte signs a player, even if the player might be mid or anything,
it's a Conte
type signing. So that's why people kind of, because for me, as much as I like Conte and rate Conte, someone like Lenglet, I'm like, that isn't a good player, bro. In my opinion, he's not a good player. So then when I see you like Conte sign him, you try and start trying to give it the benefit of the doubt because of whatever. But look, all the Spurs people or non-Spurs people, you're a big advocate for Conte, of course. I rate Conte. Somehow I'm getting more heat than you. How's that?
You wanted him at your place.
I'm good over here. I got 10 Hag, bro. I'm coming. Hey,
my tweet resurfaced this week as well, of where I said the mission statement.
Yeah.
10 Hag.
And who's in the
Get
comments?
Lisandro.
Who's in the comments laughing? It's me in the comments laughing. Yo.
I said, yo.
No, but look, Conte, but what you're saying is continuously you guys are not performing well. It's something like that. Spurs fans who didn't want Conte or who whatever would say this is what you get from Conte. So
I'm thinking
you got to take the good and bad.
Play-wise, I'm not mad at it. I think even in the back end of last season, we saw we don't have to play pretty, but we can still score goals. We can be efficient. And I think sometimes people confuse that. Where back in the last year, I don't think we was playing swashbuckling football because we were scoring goals. People overlook kind of the ugly thing. And I've said this year, I don't think we've got that efficiency. We kind of get into good positions and
you're clinical, but it's not like.
It's not consistent.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like the last season I was saying, we hang our hat on the front three. Kulusevski has been in and out of the side. Son has been completely MIA. Kane has been the only consistent one. So we're almost now going back to where we were like, oh, it's Kane FC again. If he's not creating and he's not scoring, where is this club type thing? And I've said, when you have the summer of Conte, the summer of money, the summer of Champions League, don't come off the back of that and tell me we're still Kane FC and relying on that.
Yeah.
And there were core areas. Right wing back, we've been knowing Aurier, Trippier, Doherty. It's been a failing position for like 4 or 5 years. Left centre back, you're saying with Lenglet, we were meant to go get Bastoni, Guardiola. Then I got loan on Lenglet. What the? I remember 2 years ago it was Skriniar. I'm gonna get Skriniar, Ruben Diaz. We get Joe Rodon for 12 million. So my thing, when I started seeing those same patterns again, that's when I was like, this window ain't. Well, the Spence one was the one where I was like, that has to be a number one option. And the fact that Conte came outright and said, I said, that's a club. And you're not backing the manager there.
Sorry, bro. Like, where it sounds to me like it's false image is the only way I can describe it. Like, when it comes to Spurs, there's just the myth of this false image is always there. Like, Conte, real man, this and that. But as we say with him, when it comes to projects, you might get something, but what does it cost you to gain the whole world and lose your soul? Champions League record already. We'll see what's happening there. You're talking about your team, Son. I've not been this guy's biggest fan. Now we're seeing it in the moments, the key moments. Like, bro, help your teammate out. Best 1-2 punch in the world. Help him. Help him. Help him, please. It's not happening. It's just Spurs are just a false image. And I guess when you saw before this week, you're hoping that, you know what, maybe there is a turn in, or maybe there is sort of, they've managed to sort of hang on for so long and get the results. Because ultimately, let's be real, like, getting results when you're playing bad is a trait that is good.
They say it's a sign of champions.
But it can't be your only trait.
Yeah.
I've not seen comeback traits from you. I've not seen domination traits from you. I've just seen suffering. You can't just suffer. You can't suffer.
Against you, like there was a little comeback thing, but we moved.
Yeah, there we go. That's fair. But apart from that, I mean, like, it's sustained a sustained one. And it's like, you can't suffer your way to a championship. Yeah. You can't.
Not anymore.
Do you know what?
No, you can't. Even before, it was like the suffering was nice.
It was still controlled.
I don't think we're at a point where it's as well. It's like, oh, it's untenable. It's a mess or whatever. No, we're still third. We've lost 3 times against 3 good teams. Let's be honest. Champions League was still top of the group with our destiny in our hands. I feel like January for me is almost going to be like the defining factor for Conte.
I don't see you guys.
And this is the thing: is for me, we have to the creative option, the defensive leaking. If you do not look at this squad and say, oh, top 4 could be at risk if we don't act. Because last January, what improved us? Bentancur, Kulusevski.
But that's because Conte just come in.
Well, absolutely. And now Conte could be leaving.
Let me, well, that just
could be his last window.
When you hear Conte speak, so ultimately, like, let's take everything out of context. I want us to touch on Newcastle as well, because they're in the top 4 now. And they're slowly...
It went from 1 win. I tweeted like 2.
I remember that.
Newcastle randomly have 1 win.
1 in 6.
They're in the top 4. Bro,
said what? Coach comes.
This league is funny. Wait, it's a weird league. Super League, man.
Super League. But when you hear Conte speak and you see the press conference and that, does that seem like someone that's kind of defeated or sort of like...
He's just repeating everything I say.
And but he said Man United are way better than us.
Bro, at the summer, he said, you see all of these top teams you lot are saying, I know we got top 4, but he said we still need at least 2 to 3 windows to be mixing with these teams. And when you lot are signing Anthony, Casemiro, and late run push like that, and it's like, oh, but we're going to dilly-dally. But it's like heavyweights. You lot can even get Sterling, Koulibaly, Fofana, even, and you lot can say, oh, it's not a great win. But that you lot are still able to pull those names. I wish we could pull those names, bro. You say you're not ready to
Give me more!
Oh, hey. I'm getting Cardio Man of the Week awards, I'm hearing. But but still, you lot have some types of pull in that sense. And for me, I feel like in the summer we have the ultimate pull. We didn't capitalize on it. And now we've left ourselves in a situation where if you don't use this January window, let Conte walk, bruv. Give us...
But the thing is, the reason why January window is hard is because let's say someone like Madison. Let's say someone like Madison, right? Is somebody that can be signed for this creative kind of role. Bro, you're gonna have to... How often does a team spend 70 million or something in a January window?
Did we spend all our summer money? Was 60 million was Richarlison the whole thing?
Well, how much did you spend? About 100 million, no?
There's 2 sides.
100 and something million?
Daniel Levy putting out 100 million of his own money And you're thinking that you're just going to say, hey, here's more.
But-
with Conte with 6 months left on the Connie.
There's two sides.
Then
There's two
don't
sides.
complain when you're not competing with the big boys. That's
Well-
all I'm saying. If you're putting those types of limitations on your club, don't complain when you're drifting away and crumbling away against these
So
teams.
for me, I've got 2 points here.
The LA Rams are going to be playing there soon. So that's what he cares about. You know what I mean? So.
There's 2 points here. There's one is like it's going to be after World Cup where players are already getting crocked already, and players' values are going to go through the roof. So you might be signing more false images because someone might have a young.
But they need to sign. You need to sign the new Arshavin, innit? The new Arshavin. Go and find him.
There's that.
This is where eyes need to be on your direction of football.
Yeah,
Fabio
100%.
Paratici, whatever your name
Rise.
is, you've gotten a couple of duds wrong. Rise, my brother. Eyes will be on you the next 2 windows. Because I'm saying you need to sign smart.
100%.
I'm not saying break the bank. Even in
Go
the
to
summer,
League 1.
I wasn't saying spend 80, 90 million. I was saying there's good players available. Go and get them. Left centre backs. There were 2 young French ones. I was saying Evan Ndika, Benoit Badiashile. Both available. You'd made no bids. Now I'm hearing they're balling out for their clubs and Spurs fans are coaching and saying,
DOF, you know.
Listen. They know about my record.
What, FM?
Mission statement.
What, FM, yeah.
The mission statement. You know what? Let's segue to the other club that played in that game that probably will have a very good January.
Bruv.
Because
Hey,
it seems like the next
coming.
checkpoint of them. They're 4th now. Good performance by them. They've had injuries, but are Newcastle quietly? I know we mentioned it because of the man that came through, but are they quietly a problem?
They are, bruv. They're a good organized team, defensively and offensively, play good football, actually got some quality players in key areas. It's important that Callum Wilson stays fit as well, because as I said, he's one of them players that at the end of his career, you're going to look at it and he's got 100 Premier League goals. And you're like, yo, wait.
How did this happen?
You know what I mean? Like, so he's actually... Yeah, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, literally.
Bro,
Literally.
he scores goals. So that's going to be important because, bro, you need a goal scorer at that type of level. You need a goal scorer. But then...
And an extension as well.
Yeah, but then it's not only even that. Like, they just come out of this week of a Man United. They played Man United and drew and just beat Spurs. So this is showing a team that can actually compete with the rest of these type of clubs. Similar to how Leicester came up once upon a time and all this type of stuff. I reckon they might do with that. Now, do I think they're going to get top 4? No, I don't think they're going to get top 4. But can they get?
They can make it tricky.
6th, 7th.
They can make it tricky.
7th, 6th. Can they even break one? Who really knows? They're going to be in and around that mix. I don't think it's going to be like team is going to be like 20 points off top 4 or anything. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. But I think they can nick around the Europa spots and what's the other one? The Conference League.
They'll be like what West Ham were for the last 2 years.
Yeah, West Ham, Leicester, they were knocking on doors and stuff.
I think there's another
There's
side
always
to
a team that do it every year.
There's that, but that team also then makes everyone else's job harder because, like you said, they've played 2 of those sort of teams going there, taking points of view. It's like, right, now you're dragging us back into everything else.
They'll be in around, yeah.
That's one of the things that's frustrating, especially when they've got the ability. If any team that has transfer targets, Newcastle will be like, that's cute. We'll offer them double. They're actually in that position where, let's say, for instance,
you got to make them an attractive football club now.
Gakpo is one of those players here that everyone's saying, oh, United are going to go after him. He was supposed to go Leeds. He's badding it up. He's got more goal contributions than Haaland. He might have a good World Cup. He's going to do a Prem move. Newcastle is the type of club that be like, we'll take him.
Listen,
they're going to become that club. Do you remember, like, you say, the player's doing well here. He should move to Everton.
Yeah.
Newcastle's going to be that step up.
Yeah.
Go to the big.
Yeah.
So,
and the thing is, like, go on.
I was going to say, it's just one of those things. It makes their whole journey for the rest of the season interesting because that can frustrate any of these teams. So, I mean, fair play to them because a lot of people thought it was going to fall off. They didn't think Eddie Howe was the right man.
But I've said for a while, I feel like, with an Eddie Howe, at the time before it was Eddie Howe, I thought maybe it should be like a Potter that goes there. But Eddie Howe ended up going there, right? You're going to need a manager that's going to come in and everything that he's doing is right. He's making them play above their position that they should be or whatever. And he's playing attractive football. So that at that point, you're going to be an attractive proposition for other players. And you need a manager who's going to come and put you guys on the map. Now, I'm not trying to write off Eddie Howe in any way. He could end up getting all these players and turning them into a title team. Who knows? But he might be that stepping stone to, Newcastle are lit now. The Mark Hughes, bro, no bands. It's the Mark Hughes type of situation. Like, this is cute now. Mancini, all right. Okay, thank you very much. Ranieri, it's looking cute. Jose now. So it might be a situation like that. But listen, one thing that people need to know, within the next 5 years, there's absolutely no doubt Newcastle are going to be competing for the titles and all this type of stuff. They have too much money, bro. Like, they have state-owned. They are going to come. That's like when people are saying, why is Klopp mentioning Newcastle? Brother, he knows what he's saying, bro. He knows. Tell me what state-owned team have not won titles.
I'll be honest, I like how they're slowly building as well. They're not trying to do like
there's no rush
with superstars within 2 years.
Coming soon though. They're waiting. They're analysing who's the right one.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Give us a little Trippier Matt Target for now. Let's work with these Callum Wilsons. Miggy, can you recover your career? Big performance today from him as well. Fabian Schär's another one as well.
Yeah.
Almost like a quarterback today. The amount of passes he was finding, I was like, brother, who are you?
Do you know what's so great about what you're saying though? We've had this conversation in Stoppage before when I was saying that what Chelsea did enabled City to come. They now have money. I'm looking at both examples and going, okay, cool. Best practice from here and here and there. Okay, cool. Oh, no worries.
Yeah. I wonder who their first marquee signings.
Bruno G is
no, that's not. No, he's a big player. He's a baller. He's a baller. No, Mbappe is too far. Mbappe.
Imagine they do better than them. Imagine that.
Hey, bro.
Imagine that.
Yeah, but I think he's too high.
I don't like that.
No, but just imagine that
would be bad for him. I'm like,
no, but just imagine that.
Pressure on yourself to carry a club.
I think he's too high. It's too high. Mbappe and that's too high. But I'm thinking there's gonna be something.
There's gonna be someone.
Bro, do you know who's getting? I know.
Saved Zhao. That for me.
But I'm not saying he's necessarily marquee, but you look at someone like Amares, who I think is gonna be his last season at Man City. Wouldn't you take that move over there?
I can hear that.
Yeah, but that's not, again, you're talking
about experience. Yeah, you're the top guy over there.
But you're basically talking about like who's going to smash break the internet.
Let's one second. Let's rope it in back. In terms of, let's look, if you guys remember, in terms of the City equivalents, their signing was the Robinho one.
Yeah.
That was V signing.
Yeah.
So who is that player for Newcastle? Let's have that conversation.
Like Bruno G.
No,
I don't think it's the same.
No,
I don't think it's the same.
He's saying
who is that Robinho sign that everyone goes, ooh.
No, for me it was Bruno G because Bruno G was linked with all the top clubs in Europe. When Newcastle signed him, it was like, oh, they've actually got some.
But he didn't break the internet. Who's breaking the internet?
Robinho's one was like,
no.
But
we would all be like, damn.
The Robinho one, it was like, oh, it's like everyone, oh shit.
No, but he thought it was coming Man United, didn't it? But
that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh shit, yes, yeah, we've got it. It's like
attacker.
There's Caradona.
We'll see. But let's see.
Let us know. Let
us know in the comments. What do people think in the comments? What do they think?
We got some super chats.
Super chat.
I need to work on the ending.
It's super stoppage.
The ending's not smooth enough, bro. Yeah, go on.
Ash goes, new girl, new trim, same team.
Oh.
Level up, Fuad.
You know what? Bez,
hey.
I can't even say nothing to that.
Same trim, you know.
That's too funny. What else you got?
Same team, you know.
Chavoy over here asks, bro, is the studio hot or cold? Cam's in a hoodie, Fuad's in a bomber and hoodie, and Mayo was in a case.
It's him that's throwing us off. I'm
a little bit hot in this.
Yeah. Good, bro. The result must have got you hot too, bro. You know what I mean? What the hell? Bro.
Do you know what's so funny? Yeah, because old school Stoppage, yeah, if your team got cooked, yeah,
you was coming in all black.
It was
almost like uniform. And it was ununintentional.
But everyone does that now, innit? But we trendset, man. We don't
even the Scullies, the hats. Listen, man.
What are you saying?
We'll see you say for the longest. What else you got?
There's one more. I'm trying to find the exact one, but I remember what it was about. They were basically asking, do Newcastle play better without ASM?
Yes.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, for me, I've never bought into ASM hype, though.
No, but for me, from my perspective, the way they're playing and everything allows Almiron to do more. I mentioned the Willock thing as well. This whole being press resistant allows them more space. But with ASM, it's that spark that you have him for. It's like he can do something. Well, Miggy don't stay instead.
Yeah.
But with ASM,
but the thing about when you watch Newcastle, when you watch Newcastle with ASM, all you end up talking about is ASM, because he gets the ball, does a million dribbles, and no end product. And you're like, oh my god, like if he can unlock that finishing,
he'll have like the Man
all the time, bro. He's on the ball all the time, bro. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, you didn't win. You know what I mean?
Sounds a bit.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Nah, but Villa are doing things. You know what I'm saying? But you get
There was
on the
some relegation.
They don't
That's not
complain, but when it's ASM, hey, energies are different.
I don't see the correlation right there. Man are just throwing Jack's name for no reason.
No,
you
the
know what I'm
correlation is that Jack mentioned him. That's where he's getting to. It was a segue. He
saying?
wanted to bring
You're
up.
talking about Miggy. You're talking about what are you talking? I'm confused.
Right, yeah, good analogy there. You connected the dots. See?
I
Went over your head.
Can we hear your thoughts on Almiron though? Because they're asking. They're saying it looks like Almiron is winning this Grealish beef.
Grealish doesn't even know this guy. He just mentioned it
He
one
name
time.
dropped him.
Wait, hold on.
Why
Let
are you
me
name dropping
land.
someone you don't know?
Look at this. Look at this. These guys won't even land. Grealish waved as a champion of England, having a bit of banter with his boys. Oh, listen. Yeah, you're playing like Almiron. Listen, he's good. This guy's taking it all personal and all this type of things. We don't know you, brother.
No,
we ain't thinking about you.
We don't know that Miggy's taking it
we're
personally.
thinking about you.
He's just playing ball.
The media are trying, you know what I mean? But listen, Jack Grealish is enjoying life. Have you seen City's record about Jack Grealish this season? Hey, wait, hold on. Check all the Premier League games that City have dropped points this season and tell me if Jack Grealish is on the pitch.
Well, if you're a bench rider,
Cam's is flexing
What's he-
Udonis Haslam rings, bro. He's flexing JaVale McGee rings, bro.
Hey, JaVale McGee was an important part of that squad, you know. Don't get it twisted. The Lakers run.
I'm talking about Warriors JaVale McGee.
It's so important.
Jackson. Oh my gosh. Let's go into another big game that happened this weekend. There's a few bits of like any other business we'll touch on, but let's quickly touch on, well, not quickly, United Chelsea. You mentioned at the top, this fixture is one of those weird fixtures. It's the most draws in Premier League history.
it's nasty. It's a nasty fixture.
For me, yeah, I think I tweeted, I said, I feel sick. 2 DMs scored the goal in this fixture.
But yours as a goal is just nicking penalties, bro. That's what your one is. We earned ours. Don't box us with yours. We earned our goal, bro. Yours is just some McTominay just decided to spice up the game. We earned ours, you know what I'm saying? So we're not with y'all, bro. We're not
It's
with
still 2 DMs. But I mentioned last week about Chelsea and just sort of going under the radar and that this will be the game where people will actually be watching and there's certain expectations. For me, that weren't met. But in a way, I was telling it to production that this is almost the perfect way for that game to end for Manchester United because I mentioned last week, there's a mini league going on. We're not going to be going there City and Arsenal have kind of got momentum. But in that mini league, can you be better and keep your head afloat and make sure people are not watching you? You beat Spurs. You should have beaten Chelsea. You got a clutch draw and the momentum seems to be back in a place now where you're looking at this side that's beaten Liverpool, beaten Arsenal. Top 6 record is what?
Only lost to City, innit?
In terms of top 6 games.
Yeah, we played the whole top 6.
The principles of
Pretty
football.
nice.
The principles of football that the manager is trying to implement seem like they're there in mass. The Ronaldo situation seems to have resolved itself because he did it to himself. It's like, okay, Man United might have fast-tracked the progress that it would have probably taken half a season or 3/4 season to do. Now, where does that allow you to be? Whereas with Chelsea, we still haven't lost the game under Potter, but I think the pressure is there and people are realizing that this guy's not had a preseason. He has to learn stuff and everything. So it was just interesting for me the way those dynamics played out in that game. And people are saying stuff like, oh, why are United celebrating this and that?
Come on, man. These guys ain't last-minute winners. Last-minute equalizers, winners, doesn't matter. You're going to celebrate them things, bro.
Even away from celebrating.
Especially the way the penalty came. Like, it felt such a kick in the teeth.
There's that, but we always talk about mentalities of footballers and stuff like that. For me in that game, the biggest thing that showed was Martinez's performance, CASEMIRO as an enigma.
Real men.
That is what you call...
Don't touch on him, bro.
That's what you call determination, real men. Whereas when I looked at Chelsea, great atmosphere today. We just threw away a game that we had wrapped up. And for me, that will play out in how the rest of the season goes, where United have had this fire in their stomach and the manager's philosophy is there. Even Potter was like, oh, you know what? I thought the boys tried that. No, we threw away a loss. We nearly robbed them at home and we threw it away. Whereas these lot, do you get see how mad that sounds? Whereas these lot are like, listen, yes.
Yeah.
And those are the things we always say, like your players are a reflection of the manager's image and everything. Ten Hag deserves credit that he's managed to do this already. And especially for me, the Ronaldo thing has to be discussed. The game didn't come on. I didn't want to risk his reputation and whatnot. When he needed him, okay, you got your 700 goal. He's done that. He's not training with us anymore. He's handled this situation perfectly. If anything, it's the Man United legends that have made the situation worse than it needs to be. They have made this situation worse than it needs to be. If it was if there was no noise, this is sorted. And we talk football here. Like away from being a Chelsea fan, I have to give credit the way United have handled this up to this point of the season. You can't fault it. Yeah, they lost to Brentford. Yeah, this and that, but the principles are there. Like what are we watching?
Yeah.
Casemiro, they said that he came for money. That don't look like someone that came for money to me.
Mhm.
Martinez, he's too small. That's looking at one of the best defender in the league right now. Like, what else?
Speak on it.
What else do we want?
Speak on
If
it.
you guys, if you want to speak
on
you guys
it.
can continue praising my club. I don't mind. If you like, go on, this is rare.
In
You
the
know what I
comment
mean? I don't
section,
really often get this.
I would just
Put my
like to
feet
ask
up.
a question right now. Where does Lisandro Martinez rank in the Premier League amongst the best centre-backs? When we look at performances taken in this season, now I'm not talking ability. I'm not talking what you did last year. I'm not talking what you did the year before.
Right now.
This year, this season, where does Lisandro Martinez rank? Please let me know 1 or 2, and it ain't number 2. Please.
That's a big statement. I don't know about that. You're saying he's the best centre back in the Premier League?
In my opinion, I think performance-wise this season, he's the one. I think he's had the biggest critics. He's had the big, he's not of size. He's answered every question, and people tried to rub him off with one Brentford performance. And if you really look at that performance,
wasn't his fault.
He wasn't at fault. That goal, he slipped. If you see it, he wasn't dunked on it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what narratives people were trying to create, but that guy is a serious, not footballer, a serious defender and an absolute dog.
The leader.
Bro, I'm telling you, the comfort he has on both feet as well, the ability to put, I'm like, I don't know why you lot doubted this guy.
It's infectious.
he's
We're
why
going to
you
touch
lot
on another subject after this about. Do you have any more to touch on?
I know people want to say, I know people are going to shout Saliba.
No,
People are going to say Saliba, Romero.
No, but
forget all of that.
Saliba's doing it.
Saliba's a shout.
Hey, hold on. He tried to, bro, he tried to sneak in Romero like we didn't know.
After stating it before just now,
Bro,
I thought they could have.
get this guy out. Another one that Rashford just ran ragged. It was a long game for him, bruv. Don't put Romero. Man said Romero. Don't joke with that one.
Hey,
bro.
we have dips. We'll be back.
Right. No. Listen, bro.
because I want to ask a question, but touch on like.
No, but with what you guys are saying, I fully agree with most of what you're saying in terms of.
Just a quick one. Do you know how you know things are good at United? They got Harry Pinero and Culture Camps back to the stadium with Marks.
We are going to play the white.
Geordie, man.
And Geordie. They got the London United Reds back to the stadium.
We're like the Sikh.
That's what I'm saying. It's the new thing.
You know what I mean?
It's a new thing.
The London United.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Them man are fam. It's not for a long time.
Listen, we were there. Listen, the reason why that Spurs role, me and Harry, we said, all right, we need to bless this ground. We went into the dugout, you know what I'm saying, where 10 hogs sits, you know what I mean? I said, look, let me just wide. We need to be wide. We planned it. Next thing you know, best performance of the season, you know what I'm saying? But nah, honestly, with all seriousness, I feel like with what you lot said, I fully agree in terms of, 10 wins in our last 13 games.
Can't argue.
Obviously, we lost the first 2 games, but since then, 6 wins and 9 in the league or whatever. One of them was against Man City, you know what I mean? Cool. We'll try and move on from that. Man United, at the moment, this is that kind of, and it's weird because Cristiano Ronaldo's situation is throwing everything up. It's like United can never have a period of settle, like just a settled, quiet period. But this is the most Man United have ever felt in a way where it's just like, on to the next game. Okay, cool, we moved that. All right, on to the next game.
No drama.
Okay, good. That's just how it is at the moment. And the best thing about it is 90%, I said some of these like random accounts that just randomly Ten Hag out, 90% of these of United fans are finally understanding we're in the same boat right now. We're all sitting in the same boat. There's no ins, there's no outs, there's none of this. And with what you're saying, one thing, how many times have I said on StoppageTime, the mark of a good manager is if his signings come in and start to improve. Have an impact. So far, his signings have been brilliant. Casemiro, unbelievable signing. I said how many times best defensive midfielder in the world, bro. This guy's level.
What did you say yesterday? The fact that he has to prove himself to Premier League fans.
Come on.
Even Boris can't save this country.
Yeah, this country's finished, bro. Casemiro has to prove something to these people. Listen, the country's finished. Liz Truss, I don't. She's unlucky. You know what I mean? She
I said
unlucky. You know what I
He said
mean?
unlucky.
Unlucky because, bro, like, she's unlucky because this country's done out here with women without her. You know what I mean? Boris ain't saving it, and neither is she. You know what I mean? I don't care who's in charge.
They're saying both of them time, you know?
Ain't nobody saving this country.
Hey,
Casemiro has to prove himself, bro.
Just a quick
You
one.
know what I'm saying?
You're dumb. On what you're saying, yeah. Obviously, Carl Anker, innit? He said something, and it's so poetic. He said, Ten Hag's, yeah, his thing, yeah. He said it so well. He said, listen, if he can get to a place here, he said, if you can get to a place here where people don't say, we need Pochettino. So because the thing is, you see,
We don't know that guy.
But that's what I'm saying. You see, because United's so fractious that you lose one game. Oh, God, bring Pochettino back. If you can get to a place where it's unanimously, like, there's no,
Bro,
we need Pochettino.
the thing is,
The job's done.
When I said when he got appointed, you finally got like a modern coach. And you're looking at the first 35, 37 minutes before cover came on. Good little adjustment from Potter to realize that. But we pressured you into that. Potter did not walk into that game thinking I'm going to make a 30-minute sub. We came out dominating the same way we dominated against Spurs. Rashford, if he took that chance against you, that's the difference. Spurs, we just kept going, 28 shots. Rashford needs to be more clinical because you're not going to get 28 shots every game. If he could have put you away there. Anthony as well. But the fact is the way it was. I was like, I'm at the bridge and I'm sitting back like, this is I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I like this. I like the performance. So I walk away from that game with positives. Yes, okay, the second half became incredibly scrappy. You brought on cover. He said, 51 minutes, I'm bringing on Fred because you guys started hooping a little bit.
Yeah.
So it started getting, but it was a little tactical battle. I said it's like playing chess at Magneto and the Professor Xavier. You know what I mean?
What did you say about the start 11s at the finishing 11s? It was just
it was like a bunch of randoms.
Carney, Chukwemeka, Roja.
But that exposed both of our squad depths. I think
100%.
our squad depth in the end isn't good. Our squad depth isn't good. But the performance-wise, the basis, Man United are moving in the right direction, bro. And it just needs to continue. This Ronaldo stuff is going to distract everything. However, Ten Hag is the only one that matters in this case, and he is handling it brilliantly. He has basically said, look, he's punished now, and I'm going to bring him back like next week or 2 weeks. We all know he's going to come back
well.
Whatever. He's handled it well, and the media hate the fact that the media hate that he doesn't lap it up. As I said to Liaz on United State of Mind, I said, if this was LBG or Jose, they would have banished this guy and they would have dropped an all-time pressers and it'll make the news and the media will love
the
it.
next
And
3 months you're eating off that.
Ten Hag just straight away, he broke the rules. I'm here to change the culture. He'll be back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't care, bro. He doesn't care. But that's what makes the Roy Keanes and that they have to add this. Get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Roy Keane, a real man CEO, disappointed me right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, do you know what? Yeah, now, in all honesty, Ten Hag has handled everything brilliantly, and it's the same way with how we talk about Arteta coming in, make your decisions fast, make it strong and hard. It doesn't matter who it is. And the fact that it's the biggest, arguably the most famous, well, he is the most famous footballer in the world, but probably of all time in Cristiano Ronaldo, bro.
No, he's paid the
This is showing, that Ten Hag, no matter who we sign in the future, will be able to handle big players. Do you know where I'm coming from? Ronaldo can do whatever he wants to do. He can do all these antics. One thing I don't understand about all of it is that, does he think that's going to make him start next week? Because he'll still be on the bench.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing Roy Keane say, he's obviously over it. He's obviously fed up. Bro, we're in October.
Roy Keane's is rigid, man.
No, wait, hold on. Yeah, no, that's why I don't even, but that's why I take what they say with a pinch of salt. But we're in October. If Ronaldo is fed up in October, brother, when do you think it's... Yeah, I mean, unless you got a January plan. Are you going to now go and do this in 3... If you're on the bench the next 3 games, what are you going to do? Yeah. Walk off again? Bro, yeah, I'm saying, but big up Ten Hag, man. We're moving. I said... He's played a blind. You think the Redeem team came from nowhere? Tens men. Bro, I'm not taking... That don't hit. The Redeem team. Not 10 men. That don't hit.
Have you got any comments coming about...
Where do they rank Lisandro?
I'm hearing top 3, top 5.
His passing between the lines is the best in the Premier League from the back.
Incredible.
It is ridiculous.
And a left and right foot.
I haven't really...
You don't even know
right
what foot he is.
One. Is it right
What foot is he?
Lisandro got it all.
What foot is he, Cams?
No, he's left-footed, isn't it?
He's clearly left-footed. Don't drag it.
One of the things I wanted to ask today was because
Casemiro, oh God.
There's Casemiro as well. Again, you've made... I think we've made a point about... managers and their signings influence, I think. In terms of away from Haaland, because obviously 17 goals is just ridiculous. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But when you look at Premier League signings, who are the signings that you'd say have had the most impact on their squad? Because for me, when I look at it, you lot couldn't buy a defender for so long. Like, you guys were crying out for a leader, crying out for someone that was progressive from the back and everything. This guy comes in and he just looks like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. Saliba's not a signing per se.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Saliba. He's not really a signing.
He's not really a
It's a
signing
loan
per
coming
se.
back.
It's a loan coming back. But if he was a signing, I would put him within that as well, because he's fitted in and it's like wonderful. Like, for me, those two are the two that it's like
What you need.
you just come
Jesus
in.
as well.
Remedies.
Jesus,
Nice.
that's a great one.
Jesus has been nice,
Great
but
one.
games like today, they will start looking at your stats and say,
Well, they started
put the ball in the back of the
net.
net.
People
please.
start big chances.
They
to
keep
miss.
saying he's falling over when he shoots.
I was gonna
That's why
say,
he always is. He always looks like this. It's bare weird.
like, those-
But he does the magic to get into those
Because, bro,
positions.
when it's time for him to shoot, he'll try one more dribble, then shoot.
Yeah.
Bang it. Like today, he had an opportunity on the right foot, just slot it. He took it on his left. Anyway, but yeah, go on.
but
What was the question?
those would be the signings who have been the most influential signings on their team this summer.
In any club other than Haaland, in any club.
Yeah.
Can't lie to you. I do think the two centre backs for Everton that have come in,
Tarkowski.
Cody and Tarkovsky, I think have solidified that a little
Shout.
bit for sure.
They were looking.
They
at
would be one of those
relegation.
that go way under the radar as well.
That's a
But
shout.
I'm just trying to look at the transfer window now. Palhinha for Fulham, massive.
Nice.
I was going to mention
Massive.
him. I was going to mention.
I think after more runs of games, I think it will easily hands down be Casemiro. That's what I think.
You think so?
I think hands down. Once he gets his more run, bro, you already seen it now. He's arguably been out 3 man of matches in a row. The guy's different level, bro. You can't put anything on when you have a bona fide world-class player. And that's what he is, bro. So for me, I think as the season goes along, it's going to be evidently Casemiro. But for right now, I'll probably go Jesus. I'll go Jesus. He's been infectious.
Yeah.
He's been infectious at Arsenal, bro. Like he's setting the standard over there. But okay, as I said, as games like today, it might, please put the ball in the back of the net. But right now, I think it's got to be him.
I got that Southampton kid, Bella Kotchap.
Is he signing? Was he
Yeah, 9.5 million he was in the summer.
from who?
Bochum.
Yeah.
What?
Bro, he looks
he came from the
different class
academy?
when he plays. And today they missed him.
They missed him.
Look,
Lavia didn't play.
Yeah,
As well.
a lot of the youngsters didn't play today.
They're all
yeah.
injured, man. They're crooked. They're all
Bro,
crooked.
the Premier League's hard, you know.
Wait, listen. You know when you're playing them youth minutes.
Who
and
you
come
got
to the-
Who you got production? Who would
Signing
you
of the
say?
season.
Yeah.
It's got to be the Butcher, man. I told you, I'm in love with Lisandro
The
Martinez.
Butcher's coming.
What am I talking about?
He's-
Of course
he's-
it's them, man.
I already
I'm-
mentioned the
Hey,
Butcher.
hey,
Sorry, yeah.
there's too much talk
I'm
about United.
gonna
right
say
now.
this. I think
He
Lisandro
ain't
Martinez is United's best player. I think so.
What?
I think Lisandro
Cornet.
Martinez is Man United's best player.
Nah, not with Miro about.
He's up there too.
Not with
But-
Miro.
But we have a
Who's your,
super.
who's your most important player?
I still say Lisandro because I think with the build-up,
Who's yours is Kane, and obviously.
Of course. Come on. In the
I don't
You
even
don't even
know.
know
I
yours.
don't even know who else is.
Wait, what about Sterling? Why you seen it on the signings?
Sterling.
They don't want to
Sterling,
speak on
Sterling.
cardio, man.
Who's that?
Sterling.
Oh.
What's he doing this week? Just cardio.
But you're talking about signings.
I need him to.
And
What about-
anytime, don't.
So he played against us. We can't. Before we move on to, I know production's got a few questions.
He's not got goal against.
But
20,
He ain't got a goal against us in 24 games.
Yeah.
He was hooked today. There's some stats. It wasn't. They were pushing some
It's
fake
alarming.
narratives on Twitter about his dribbling stats. But like, obviously, Fuad was the one that mentioned last week or 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago. He was
last
like, "Yo, what's going on with Sterling?" And I was
And I
like,
said-
"Do you
and
know
I
what? I haven't
said-
really been
I said-
preing
I
it,
said
but I watched it
United,
today,
bro.
and I'm seeing the Chelsea fans
I said
already. Chelsea fans are saying they used to go to war with the Eden Hazard, and now they're turning up to
I said
battle
we-
with
they said
Sterling.
We
And
used
I'm
to
like,
go to.
you know what I mean? Like, no, but you got to speak on
No,
what's going on. Is he, bro? The whole world had this system player kind of allegation on him, and I thought, okay, he's gonna go Chelsea. Maybe he can prove wrong. He scored a couple goals early. Is he gonna beat those allegations, bro?
He has to for himself beat it.
But Potter's putting him in all types of
He's
positions
played.
as well.
He's played wing back. He's played wide.
Come
he's
on,
played
that's
in the nine.
ridiculous.
But this is
It's getting out of hand. These wing back stuff now. I might have
You're
to.
not that guy, bro.
But for
You're
me,
not that guy.
where it comes down to is there was a moment where against you guys, ball comes in, and I don't know who he tries to play it to. And my thing is, you've been made as this marquee signing, right? Obviously that man just gone, but for you in your moment in your career, and I think you have to own that responsibility of being
The
that
talisman.
the talisman.
Yeah.
It's what Jesus has done when he's gone to Arsenal. his big chances miss thing, it's getting alarming for some people. But again, when you're at City, you can afford to miss chances. You have to refine the game a bit. With Sterling, it's not a thing where you're going to pass it to someone to score. We need you to rise to that occasion. Now, same way with England. Okay, I need to be something here. The sooner he realizes that, he can start having the shift, but it feels like he's trapped within himself a lot. It's like you're not like an additional piece. You need to be the piece. You can't rely on Aubameyang. Like,
is he at that level?
I believe he
be the piece.
I feel like he can. Like, he's like, this is someone like, okay, he's not the most clinical in the world, but he's got components of his game that can be very dangerous. At the moment, he's not even seeming dangerous. If you think about it, all the talk is still, people complain about Mason Mount, but Mason Mount he's doing something. Do you get where I'm coming from? So with Sterling has to own that mantle of, I came in a big move. I need to now make sure that people understand that it's me. Do you think what Lukaku had to do? Lukaku was just drowning.
But do you think he needs to remodel his game a little bit in the sense of, like, I know he changed it a little bit when he went from Liverpool to Man City. Now Man City to Chelsea, he's obviously got to make this transition. But do you think he wants to do that, or do you think he's thinking like Lukaku? I imagine, I'm the star man here. You lot should be catering the system to me. If that makes sense.
It's a good question
because when he came in the summer, I remember
to Sterling, like, what do you do to cater a system of Sterling? Do you
make a back post system like it was with Man City, basically, where you just get on the back post. We will get our wing backs up to deliver you that final ball. All you need to do is be in the right place and read the position at the right time. And I think you said in the summer when he signed, I remember you were saying he's probably going to have to do a little bit more of what he does for England. Picks the ball up from you, has to make his own goals, but I don't feel like he's doing that.
Well, this is the thing. For me, it's like,
it's uncomfortable.
He has to do that. There's times at City where it looked like he was downloading new packages. Remember those runs where it's like, okay, I want to take free kicks.
That was when Cam was on the stock bandwagon. You took the stocks to the moon. You took the stocks to the moon.
What did I tell you?
You cashed out at the right time.
What did I tell you off air?
Do you remember?
When I put stocks in someone, they rise. When I'm done, I move away. All of a sudden,
screws on Cam when that Leon miss. That's when Cam's went.
No, do you know what Fruit does? You know what Fruit does? Fruit just randomly thinks of a moment. There's no evidence of that.
Yeah, now.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
there's no evidence of that at all, boy.
In general,
I'm still Sterling, man.
I'll read GC, you know.
Sterling's a good player. You just have to make sure, and especially in that club now, new manager and everything. I don't want to say Chelsea in transition. I hate that term transition. It's not transition. We just need to get our shit together.
It's a buzzword, isn't it?
I need you to take accountability. Like, just as a player, as one of the forwards, I need you. I can't be relying on Aubameyang. It's not his. He came here because he's like, listen, something, please. Aubameyang can't be the guy that I'm relying on. I need you. Like, we can't be saying, Broja start when everything's on Broja.
Yeah, so you got
18 months ago, people were talking about Sterling could be playing for Madrid or Barca. He could be playing for Madrid or Barca, people were saying 18 months ago. And it's like, you're not telling me now, all of a sudden, this Sterling now, Chelsea, can he play for Madrid or Barca?
Listen, like, when you make those big moves, they come with pressure. We know this. But I don't think
Sterling has been living pressure. But I don't think he's pressurized at Chelsea. He just needs to find his way, their way of playing as well.
And hopefully for us, it comes sooner rather than later.
Yeah, of course.
The more eyes on you, the more frustrating it can be. And ultimately, if you have good form now, good form with England. But that's where it is on that. That stemmed from me saying I don't know who our most important player is. That is so funny. What was the other thing you wanted to... Questions? Let's talk about questions.
Listen, they're not trying to hear about Sterling. I can't lie. I've never seen... No, they don't even want to hear about him. They want to focus on someone else. Every single comment right now is about one guy.
Who's that?
Number 25, bro. And I'm not even just saying it to say it. I was going to let it go. Every single comment is on Jadon Sancho. They want to hear you talk. Bro, every comment... Every comment, super chats. I'll read you the super chat that they sent in.
Super. Man, everybody did chat.
Who's number 25 for you guys? Have it.
Sancho?
You thought you busted.
I was like, what was that?
It's Sancho.
They want to hear you guys talk about Jadon Sancho.
It's not anything that I haven't already said. That's the problem.
Your favorite saying.
Yeah, bro. It's one of them.
It's a dead horse being beaten at this point.
Bro, it gets to a point where it's like. It's hard to.
Here's a question. Okay,
it's hard to repeat yourself. That's the thing.
Do you ever think throughout the duration of his contract, Sancho will ever live up to that 70 million billing, that 2-year chase that he was meant to be our golden boy that we get?
It's hard to ask him that.
No. I'm saying, do you ever at some point maybe even see if the situation changes or whatever, he can fulfill that? Or do you think it's just like, yo,
Look,
right player, wrong place?
Yeah, listen, if that money means, if that amount of money means that you have to be the talisman of the club, then no. Sancho will probably will never be Man United's talisman. Like, he's just not going to be. But can he be a piece of something good? Possibly. You know what I'm trying to say? Bro, no one can say I folded, I got cooked. It's all there. It's all documented. I've always said that Sancho is going to worry me in the Premier League because of his athleticism. He's going to worry me because of like the Bundesliga. When I was seeing his chance creations and all that stuff, I'm like, you don't really get that many kind of moments in the Premier League. Even the way he dribbles, he's a very reactive dribbler. Nutmegs, drags, soul rolls. They're not intentful dribbling. They're not get the ball, run at you, maybe a step over here and past you. They're very, like, as I keep saying, they're very five-a-side dribbling. You know, five-a-side, everything's reactive.
Yeah.
It's all like that. That's what it is. Yeah, when they dive in, I'll move. That's how he is. If you look at his game properly, when people are saying he's a top dribbler, look at it properly. It's very static dribbling, as I keep saying. So you need to look at it properly. However, now I'm looking at him and the form that he's on. This is now confidence. This is now in his head. Jadon Sancho, I don't care what you think about him. If everyone's calling him washed or whatever, he can control the football. He can pass 5 yards. At the moment, he can't pass 5 yards and he can't control the football. Yeah, he's going through, obviously, a real loss of confidence, which we've seen many players have. Yeah. You know what I mean? We've seen top players go a year with poor form. Look at Setman right now. Look at Hazard once upon a time. We've seen guys, but the thing is, once you start seeing a player not be able to do the basics, it's a confidence thing, man. It's a confidence, it's in your head thing. No, one thing that you can say about Sancho is that he's a tidy player. Yeah. So once I start seeing all of that going, it's not got anything. My frustration is when he has the ball in dangerous areas, he opts to cut in and pass it to a Fred or a Bruno. Bro, go down the line, bro. Go down the line, put it in the box. Yeah. Even shimmy, have a shot. Your too many chances are falling to you, which can become... You look at it and it's like, this is a half chance. Oh, it's not. Because he's just come back now. Do you get where I'm coming from? Yeah. That's my frustration. But when he's doing the bad touches and passing it off the pitch and all that type of stuff, he just needs to go and get his confidence back up. What do you think Ten Hag
needs to do to get that confidence back then? Do you think it's take him out of the limelight and then just let him shine in kind of European games?
Yeah, no, I think he should. I think he should have more moments where he can come on to either make an impact. So say, for example, it's the last 20 minutes and it's 0-0. Come on. That's when you can feel fresh and try and change the game. All of a sudden, we're looking at you because we need fresh. Or come on when Man United are winning. Man United might be winning 2-0. Come on, do what you need to do and gain your confidence. That's how I do it. I think it's got to a point where you have to start looking like maybe potentially that you just have to sit down for a little sec, see what's going on, and come back. Like that's what it is.
Longer time.
I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not sorry, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and kick him when he's down. It's when I've already said something that I've already known. I can't come here and I'll be like, I told you, no, it's not a thing like that. This is my only way of advice in a way.
It's hard for me because, again, we've spoken about this in Stoppage before. The Premier League is so ruthless and there's so many games and everything. I actually feel sorry for coaches sometimes because it's like, there's no time to actually coach when you deep it. It's like, we are trying to survive week from week with slimmer squads and everything. I need this to happen, I need that to happen. If it was like, you know, where it's not a compressed league, you might have time to be like, okay, Sancho, listen, I need to do this and that. Time is not there. And I don't know if you've got the squad depth to be saying, listen, you need to sit down.
I was just about to say, that's an issue. Our squad depth, you might have to just let him play.
You're going to have to play
his way through. One thing I don't understand is why his confidence going, because you pretty much start every week. You actually scored about 3 goals this season. It's a weird one. Maybe he knows himself, he's not performing to how he knows he can perform. However, and obviously the pressure is different at Man United. It's different. However,
imposter syndrome?
We say?
Almost like an imposter syndrome?
Yeah, maybe, potentially. But the thing is, you look at our squad depth. Martial can't stay fit ever. Yeah. Ronaldo's deciding I'm just going to bop off the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Hey, I ain't trying to get down there. You know what I'm trying to say with the, you know what I mean? So you might have to play through it. You know what I'm trying to say? Elanga came on and made a decent little substitution.
Continue.
Elanga came on and did decent, but you're in kind of trouble when you start reducing your quality greatly. You know what I'm trying to say? You start getting in.
I understand the point you're trying to make. Go on.
Hope they happen.
Production wanted to say so.
I was going to agree with you about the substitutes, but there's one more question for you, Cam, about the United game. Cam, did you see in the closing seconds of the United game, Ten Hag was furious United were killing time. He wanted to attack. I love what Ten Hag is building.
Come on, man, mate. Listen, it's our gaffer. Our gaffer wants more. Who was it that was wasting time? Obviously, Mark Shaw, or whatever his name is. You know what I mean?
Mark Shaw.
Luke Albert Shaw. You know what I mean? Whatever his name is.
How did we get there?
Listen, that is the mentality that you want to have. I actually saw some quote, which is so funny, that Abs in the group chat, bro. He said something like, Ten Hag, they had just won 5-0 in Ajax. And he said something like, we wanted more or something like that. Like, in fact, they were actually quite lucky to get away with it because my team were basically time wasting. But they were quite lucky to walk away with a 5-0. Like, that is the mentality I want to hear. Bro, in the last minute, Luke Shaw's got the ball. He's doing kick-ups. He's like, bro, bring the ball down the line and let's try and see what's good. That's the type of manager that I want, man. Stands up on the touchline. He's never just always sitting down. He's active. He's watching. He's talkative.
Can't lie, though. He needs to work on that fist pump. It's a little bit too...
Yeah.
It's a little too flimsy.
He's a skinny man, you know what I mean? Remember when Simon Jordan, he said, Simon Jordan said his suit doesn't fit, so he can't fit the job. That killed me. I ain't gonna lie, that killed me.
That guy's a
and he needs them Adidas crepe that he wears a bit mid still.
Yeah, man. I know their club store. You know the club give you on the first day. You're just like,
here you go, Eric. You know what I mean?
Let's get into any other business though. Liverpool.
Good over
You thought you were getting away. You good over there?
FPL culture out Tuesday. Liverpool spotlight.
You doing a deep dive?
Yeah. We talk about them. We talk about them. But yeah, man, Liverpool.
How detrimental was this loss, considering that they gave everything to beat City, only it's going to lose to the team at the bottom of the league?
It just shows where Liverpool are at in terms of this team just can't be consistent anymore. Back in the day, the thing that we praised Liverpool about is how consistent they can be. As much as some people might say, they're ugly football or this or not, they play. This guy's a system player. This guy's a system player. They always were consistent. Yeah. At least talent, regardless what consistency. This team cannot stay consistent, and not only as a team, as individuals. Salah, 3 goals in 11 games. At this point last season, he had 10. Van Dijk. He can't be consistent anymore. Yeah, okay, Haaland, you want to come? I say no more. Like, I'm still a big dog, whatever. But next week, Awani, he says, come here. Awani. That's what he said. Awani. Not Awani. Awani.
I said, when you see me.
Bro, I said, Awani is looking like flipping Jermaine Jackson, Valencia, and Eusebio all in one mix. But I'm like, yo, this guy looks talented. He's got a funny little face, but
revengeful as well, you know. That's a revenge.
Come back against his former team. But honestly, this team just can't stay consistent. They just can't. Their players do not stay consistent. Fabinho, he saw Casemiro in town and said, I don't want no more. You know what I mean? I ain't on it. You know what I mean? They might both be living in Chester somewhere. You know what I mean? Running them out of Chester and that. You know what I'm saying? But Cheshire, sorry. But like,
their wills.
Yeah. But now, honestly, their players just can't stay consistent, bro. They're just not. And then as I said, you'll see in the episode. But bro, you're relying on 2 Fulham boys who potentially, if you actually a really top team, they'll be coming off the bench, or you might even be looking at them and being like, maybe you need a Premier League loan. Yeah. You'll come back when you're ready. They're relying on these youths, and Harvey's playing well.
I've thought Harvey's bored, but this guy's just come back from Blackburn. He had an injury and everything. He's been thrown into, listen, we've got no Sadio. Salah's a bit.
Diaz injured now.
We need you, Magic. Fabio, because he got the one, was it the equaliser or the winner when he got it? It's like, listen, we need.
There was one moment yesterday where he killed the ball as it came over the top. I think he could have made it 1-0. I was like, bro, this kid's got talent.
Yeah, he's got time, but it's early to be relying.
Yeah, you can't.
Bro,
man.
You're trying to put Fabio Carvalho and Harvey Elliott in full-blown battle with
I don't think they wanted
KDB, Gundogan, and these are it's a big ask. And with what Liverpool are going on right now, I'm sorry, the same way you just said about Raheem Sterling, same way you talk about Son, but Salah has to rise, bruv.
Man.
You just signed four passes in a match against Nottingham Forest, 20th, 4, and then people are saying, no, do you know what? He can't play on the like. First of all, when I was talking about the whole, I don't even want to mention it, but when you talk about having overall impact, people are saying, oh no, his chance creation, blah, blah. But then those are the same people that were crying and calling for him to move to the centre. All right, he's moved to the centre, 4 completed passes, done nothing all game, and they're saying he's isolated. But we're making excuses for my man, bro.
Rough, man.
We're
Especially
making
when they
my
were
man.
just
This is
starting
a whole year, a whole calendar year. Ain't easy.
That's that.
Ain't easy.
Arsenal drop points. That's the pedestal that we put Arsenal on. Now that when they drop points, we have to discuss it.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are happy because it was like, oh no, Arsenal too.
Yeah.
We're discussing Arsenal every single week now. They drop points. Performance.
It was a scrap. Listen, this is where now I don't want to blame it on that, but this is where you start the Europa League conspiracies start kicking in. Arsenal played a random Europa League game, the only team to play because I think theirs got postponed or whatever on a Thursday, this Thursday, and they just looked a little bit out of sorts. I do still think I wouldn't say fatigue.
In November?
Nah, I ain't saying fatigue.
I ain't
just
trying to
saying,
hear that, big man.
I'm just saying it's
Better
quick
get
fire
ready to that midweek
turnaround.
schedule. That's what the big boys do.
Nah,
Thursday nights.
Nah, but yeah, for real. I don't know. Arsenal's it's a bit of a weird because the last Europa League game they had, and they came back. The performance was it Leeds?
Yeah.
The performance wasn't.
It wasn't given
as liquid.
They
You know what I mean? They should have lost. So I'm not
Same
now
thing
trying to
again.
say it's no crisis or anything like that, but it's just something to keep your eye on. You know what I mean?
And I
Just
think
something
Arsenal
to keep
fans
your
have
eye
been
on.
saying that where they kind of start off games really well in the first kind of half an hour and then they just
They don't
start
kill
to
games
fade
off.
away, basically. They don't kill teams off. And listen, if this is kind of issues you're having very early on in the season and they don't capitalize in January, well,
Still sitting.
the
top
one
of
thing
the
they will
list,
say,
yeah.
the one thing I will say is a lot of their players won't be at the World Cup. So they will benefit from that rest.
You reckon who?
Who's not going?
Well, Odegaard's not going. Partey's going.
Nelly, is he gonna go?
Nelly, I think he might. He should.
Mm.
Jesus is
Jesus
probably
will
going to
go.
go.
Probably sit on the bench.
Saka will go.
Richie.
Richie, is he making it? Yeah.
He's making it.
Oh, okay.
No, he's injured, isn't
Saka's going.
Making it.
Yeah.
Saliba,
Ben White
Varane just
going.
got injured, so maybe he might.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Ben White's going.
I think they're all going,
not
but are
start,
they going to be
might not
starting? Is the
start.
question.
That's my thing. I think even if they go, I'm not sure they'll be playing like the highest minutes in their teams or whatever. But either way, I don't know. They could come back still kind of semi-fresh, but I think they need to add in January if they really want to cement themselves as like this. Yo, we're the best challengers. type of thing.
100%.
Otherwise, they're going to get sucked back into this top four race, and then the potential for banter. I don't think Arsenal fans will want to see that.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, that's early. But
I know. It's just a draw. It's just a draw. It's
Sitting
wishful
top.
thinking. It's wishful thinking.
Other business that we need to touch on.
Everton. Lamps is doing the job there now, mate. They don't want to get
Camp of the week.
Yeah, listen. Who got run out of his club this week?
Steven Gerrard.
And who just grabbed a little 4-0? Was it 3 or 4-0? 3-0 dub.
3-0.
Frank Lampard, yeah? It's uncomfortable, boy. Listen. Villa cooking, you know what I'm saying? Well,
Without the head chef, yeah?
Nah, bro, not only that, like the way...
The performance.
Everton are actually playing decent. And
They've got
Iwobi,
good
this
players.
Iwobi...
8 Wobie.
Bro, this turnaround is immense. You know what I mean? It's immense.
Hey,
He's
big up to Amir.
looking nice.
Shout out to Amir.
Shout out to me, man. Because he was talking about that conversion for
And shout out Lampard
years.
as well for going African midfield, European back four. Foundations, just have foundations that work. He saw it his whole career. Look, what do you say? 2 centre halves, 2 white, strong centre halves. Boom. He understands football. Listen, it's not a complicated science.
Nonsense,
Yeah, it's not a complicated
Man,
science.
he was just thinking about his celebration.
Yeah.
And trying to do all
Bleaching
these
his skin.
dances. Ooh, looks a bit like you though, innit, when he did that.
What?
Listen, there's that. But the other one that we have to discuss is that the streets have their Ballon d'Or.
Yo,
The people's Ballon d'Or.
gotta give him a round of applause for that, man. Like, man collected it
Ballon d'Or.
at the stadium in a leather jacket as well. I was like, brother, this guy just stays wavy. Pulled up with the park suit. I said, yo, man.
People's Ballon d'Or.
Like-
As he said, the people's Ballon d'Or.
I mean,
People's.
is this the most likable Ballon d'Or winner that there's ever been? Now, don't get me wrong, like Messi, Ronaldo, but in terms of like everyone just being like, you know what?
I liked Kaká as
I
well.
was gonna say,
Yeah,
I
but
can't
that's
lie
what
to
I'm
you.
asking, like,
The
is-
Kaká
does
one
this
was
touch-
everyone's
does-
darling
does-
had finally got
no,
one.
but does
There's the AC shirt
Does
somewhere
this
back
top
there.
this?
Huh?
Does this top the Kaká?
Yeah, it probably does. It probably does.
Nah,
because
I mean, Modric.
no, he's got a lot of haters as well, Benzema, randomly.
Real talk.
He's got a lot of haters randomly, Benzema. The reason why I say Kaká, because Kaká has no haters, man. Kaká has no haters. Bro.
Child of God, innit? It's just on
Kaká has no haters.
Modric, no?
Modric, nah, because people felt Ronaldo should have won it and all this type of stuff.
Run now.
There was a lot of talks. Benzema, everyone knew. Kaká, everyone knew. But yeah, I think Kaka's is still like, you know, because he's universally. If you find one person that don't like Kaka, you're just
weirdo. Yeah,
you're weird.
You're weird.
You know what I mean? Benzema, he's got caught a couple cases.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
too much drip.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't like him. He's Insta model and all that type of stuff. But nah, for me, I love the Benzema one, man. Especially for someone that has been saying
it's the
he's
story
the
of
top
his
dog for the longest, and with that you be talking about RL9.
Bro, he should have got his last year.
Shut up!
Should have got his last year.
Didn't! Ain't on the records.
Over that fake pandemic, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
don't give him the plate, man. Gerd Muller hype awards,
bruv,
man.
they
We
shed
don't care about all that.
that guy
You want
level.
the golden ball.
the participants.
They're one-on-one.
Lewandowski's participants.
They gave him a rich cracker, bruv. I
Yeah.
said, what?
Bro, nah, but
Yeah,
big up Benzema.
So random. Remember Intertoto and they gave them the certificates.
And he had all his shorties there as well. Couple cute
Wife,
shorties.
baby mum,
Mm.
exciting mum. Bruv, I rate him.
Nah. He's doing his thing,
I
man.
rate
I
him,
big
man.
him up. And,
Trying to get
and
that.
one thing I would say as well, just quickly on the Ballon d'Or, please stop it being top 50, top 30, top. No one cares, bro.
Top 10. That's it.
Cristiano Ronaldo finished 20th with 0 votes. He got there, I think because his name is Cristiano. Well, I think because it begins with a C or something like, because his first name begins with some weird stuff like 0 votes. The rest of them got 0 votes. Just do it for me, top 5, top 10 at
Top
max.
10.
Who cares about the rest, bro?
No, top 10, I
The
think.
streets were saying that Nunes finished 25th at their loading set this season.
Good God.
Hey, they miss him.
They gave Morris 12. That was. I don't know how.
I was tweeting.
Listen,
A win is a win.
They miss him.
We
They
left
miss
with some-
Nunes. I got a little bit of. I'm dropping a little bit of stock in.
I think that's all the other business
I'm
that
watching
was,
you
was
close.
going on. But let's go champs and duds. And then we'll go questions. In fact, let's go questions quickly now.
No, let me go champions.
Let's go champs and duds. Duds first. Ronaldo's got to take a dud for me.
Oh yeah, universal dud. I was
Ronaldo's
at the game and I was like, you know where I was, right? Everyone was like, did he just?
no, he's not just done that.
We got OT. We got no.
No
replay,
Wi-Fi,
we got no
the
replay.
video.
Everyone's like, did he just walk down? Yeah. Oh mate, if he did, he's a fucking.
I can't believe he's done that.
You know what I mean? He's like, he can fuck off. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I was like, yo, no way. Like, did he just do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, do you know why it was the maddest thing? Yeah. In all honesty, it's seeing it live is because, bro, when
You're
he was
winning.
warming up, Viva Ronaldo, stadium, Viva Ronaldo. Just for my man say, oh, 30 minutes, hold that. 30 minutes later, I'm off. You know what I mean? That's a disrespect, man. So yeah, now he's a dud. And everyone, and all the media, Roy Keane and all, bro, allow it, man.
They saying Cam's found out that Santa Claus wasn't real that night, bro.
Yeah.
Never meet your idols.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, he'll be a dud. This is a bit of an unfortunate one, but Gerald got smoked and then he got sacked in the coach room. That's duddery.
That is peak.
That is so. He has to get a dud at all.
Bro, that is peak.
If he didn't tell them to stop at a service station, he has to get a dud for that.
Man said he got sacked on the and he was on the coach.
He was looking at this. Fine, imagine if you're playing on the coach. You're
Yo,
like,
bruv. You should be like,
You got sacked. Go on, slap him around the head.
yo, that's crazy.
He's got to take a dud for that. And in the press conference, I remember like the game before, I think he was like, you and I both know I'm under a lot of pressure. I said, shit, yeah, the writing's on the wall for you. He's got to take a
Yeah.
Bruv, when he
not
started
quitter.
using...
And then because of the way Villa won,
when
I'm
he
a fighter,
start-
not a quitter.
When he started using Liz Truss's lines, I
Liz
said,
Truss.
bag. Get out of here, man.
and then for Villa to perform how they performed without
They
him,
wanted to get him sacked.
no, but for that to happen, that just confirms the dud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a dud for me.
We were duds for the 2 results this week. I'm sorry, the way we've played, the way we handled them results. Yeah, I'll happily give Spurs duds this week, I think.
You got to hold that.
Bruv, at home to Newcastle and then go in there and then get him wiped the floor with like that. Nah,
Yeah, you got to charge that.
Yeah,
for the
hold
game.
that.
Man.
Hold
Champs
that.
up, bro.
Champs.
Champs. I've
Benzema's
got
a unanimous one.
Yeah, Benzema's right.
I've got one. I don't know if you're going to say the same one.
I've got mine is my boy Michael Beale.
I was going to say the same thing. Stay true to the cause.
We got to talk about that
Stayed
championship hype.
True. QPR, top of the league.
Stay true to the cause.
We are going up. Say we are going up. Bro, listen. The guy could have went to Wolves, turned that down. Back-to-back wins now. Sits top of the league with a game in hand. I don't mind. It's lovely, mate. It's lovely.
First
Yes,
proper.
I mean,
First.
loving it. My
First.
club.
Fairs?
My club. My heart.
Forest. Got to give them a champ.
Yep,
that's
the
a
big
good one.
result.
Yeah,
I will need.
Yeah.
My champ, I would go.
We spoke about Valverde a few weeks ago. Now everyone's talking about.
Whew, screamers.
I said, man, that guy is.
Everyone's talking about it now.
Jack of all trades. He's becoming a master of all as well, bruv. Slowly, I'm telling you.
He's moving mad still.
My champ, I would say, what is it? Ballon d'Or. We were talking about just a second ago, innit?
Yeah.
A man who missed out on one, and a man who retired this week. Franck Ribéry, ladies and gentlemen.
39.
What a career. What a man.
What an innings.
What a life as well, with them scars on his face, brother. He's lived it.
You know what? Yeah.
Real men.
Survivor.
I want to highlight.
Survivor's always
trauma.
I want to highlight something. For me, it was very bittersweet. It was very bittersweet.
Sorry, there was too much room on that.
What's wrong with you, bro?
Trauma. Damn, man, we celebrating trauma now. Damn,
you're mad.
Hey.
But on the night that Benzema won his Ballon d'Or, do you know what else happened? Higuain retired.
Hey, good player, man. Harshly blamed for Messi not winning a World Cup, because I remember Messi's chance.
Stop the cap.
You should have put that in.
Stop the cap.
Harshly blamed. Where was Messi in the knockout rounds of the whole?
We can't. I'm not saying for Messi's what. No, you just cost Argentina. Period.
What about Copa America, bro?
As well. We ain't gonna forget, bro.
I ain't forgetting Messi's penalty misses against Chile.
This ain't a Messi thing. I'm just saying Higuain himself. You was once upon a time at Madrid. It was all nice. You went Napoli. It was all nice. Then you decided to jump ship to Juve. You're one of the goats at Napoli. Nah, bro. Napoli, unforgivable. When he did that move, I said, yeah, whatever happens to you, I don't care.
I hate them. But the reason I bring us because they're both the same age. It's just that ending their careers in very different ways.
They were at Madrid the same time.
Higuain.
Sometimes Higuain starting ahead of him, bro.
He was.
He was.
Not sometimes. He was.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk about those Benzema years.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Benzema's
them days. Benzema he is 1 foot in the roads, 1 foot in the. You know what I mean?
I'll give it in the black outlet. 1 foot in the black outlet.
He was taxing youngins. He
was 1 foot out like 9.
He was taxing couple youths. You know what I mean?
Man said Benzema was moving like 9. That's too funny.
I'll give you the stat on Higuain. Out of all the players to ever play for Jose Mourinho, Ronaldo has the best goals per game minute ever. Higuain is second.
Yeah.
And that's, all the guys that Jose has coached. Serious.
Higuain, long hair at Madrid, problem.
He was a problem. Man. I thought we have to bring him up, man.
Yeah,
that's just bittersweet. One guy's winning the Ballon d'Or, you're losing that into Miami. Do you know how mad that is, bro? And their birthday's like 9 days apart.
Bro, that's crazy.
Nah, especially because he did the same Hazard thing. When he signed for Juve, he come back.
Yeah, fat.
I don't rate him.
He never
like
cared.
that.
You know, his body.
I don't respect that.
Remember his Chelsea spell?
Do you remember the AC Milan one?
Oh my God. Yeah, he was getting diabolical at that stage, man. Into Miami hype. Listen, Ribéry, hold tight. Big up Ribéry, man. I don't know why you try to distract him.
Do you think he deserved the Ballon d'Or that year?
100%, in my opinion. I think I would have liked to just have seen some variety in that year. I'll be honest with you. The Schneider year, the Ribéry year, and the Modric year, I would have happily seen those three. You might get your pieces in between still. Ronaldo would have been taxed. That's all it is. I know. And I love Ronaldo, but hey, it happens.
There's been a couple of dubious ones.
They robbed my boy Melito, man.
For me, yeah.
Yeah, boy, we'll talk.
That would have been
maybe that's an FTBL coach.
Yeah, maybe. The best players to never win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Lewandowski at the top.
Producer.
Lewandowski.
No, but do you know what that one doesn't make sense?
Top 5.
The 2021 is such a shag.
He'll be lucky.
Such a shag. Like it's the fact that it's never going to be spoken about. Like Lewandowski didn't outright wasn't the best player in the world.
No, they took the wood away.
Bro,
I guess we'll never know.
Let's go. Questions. If you're here, subscribe. Algorithm, like.
Our super chat. Are Liverpool in danger of the Europa Conference League? I don't even know what the anthem is for them. We know the Europa League.
There's no lyrics to that.
So they didn't even give them their own anthem.
No, there's no lyrics.
The Europa League one.
There's some like guitar, like hero.
Is it not the same one?
But you're the only one that's been in that competition. You should know.
If it goes watching them games.
Hey, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Are they in danger?
What are they on Friday night?
Might be in a Shaq song. I don't know, man. We don't really.
And that's so diggy.
You're dumb. That's so dumb. God.
Hey, that might be the anthem. I don't know. I see the scheme is green, isn't it? The scheme is green. Who knows?
Are they in danger of qualifying for that though? The way it's looking.
What's conference league? 8th,
7th,
7th, and it's just 7th.
I'm still gonna give them the respect to say they'll finish in the top 6.
The thing with Liverpool is they have too much quality for me to see it going wrong for that long. However, if they don't buckle their ideas up and people go, these men smell like blood,
Yeah.
then it gets techie.
Yeah. I would say no. I still think they'll finish above
Same.
that.
Calm. Let's talk about Gabriel Jesus' finishing today. He was shocking. Do Arsenal need a proper finisher up front?
So hold tight, Chidi, because he tweeted it, and I think he said it's 7 big chances missed in 11 matches or something like that. Listen, it is
Well,
one
I
of those.
remember like one of them, he had already scored 2.
Yeah,
Leicester.
exactly.
He missed like 4 chances in the
But that's
same
what I'm saying.
match.
All these things need context. But the thing is, it's like there's people always just need to have patience. You can't see the impact he's made and then say, okay, we need something more. And then if you get something more, let's be real. They're paying Eddie Nketiah 100k to be on the bench. Jesus is their lead guy. What other striker are they going to buy? And what's that going to
Right,
do?
the thing is, you say you need a finisher or whatever, but then if you have like an Aubameyang who's just going to finish, all of a sudden your whole team changes, and then
There
you
you
say
go.
you need a link up. Hey, listen, in this day and age, it's hard to get guys who can do both
Jesus
top rate. And if they do, they're world class.
And I think Jesus has enough foundations where you can refine that finishing. In my opinion,
It's
not like
it's not detrimental to the team yet. For me,
I don't know. Yeah, I think they're trying to find holes because obviously performances now are starting to deteriorate in the second half and stuff, and maybe they need to close games out. But I don't think that's going to be a major
My
issue.
big Mitro.
especially when I look at when I
Realist.
if young Mitchell
Real men.
You sound like the Bora there.
the thing with Arsenal, bro, you're getting goals from Saka. You're getting people are chipping him here and there. Like Shaka's Shaka might have got this guy's getting Champions League again. You know, bro. He's
do you know what? I think we kept saying it. Like, are we going to give it to him every week? Like, bro,
active. He's having a top season.
bro.
Big spoon.
Best player, their best player this year for me,
You reckon,
my opinion. I know people are loving Odegaard the way he's playing. Jesus, the impact he's had. But I think Shaka,
Bro, he's having a big
Jesus is calm, man. What other questions we got?
Super chat from Aiden goes, Draymond on LeBron, Cam's on Grealish. Same vibes.
Oi, I like that.
They said you
Big
dig
yourself.
Welcome back to FTBL. This is the 10th episode. Ironically, the same number that Jack Grealish wears.
That's funny.
Sick, man. You know you sick. They know you too well, bro.
Bro, that is
They
too
know
funny,
you
bro.
too well.
Funny super.
Hey, ask the chat. What they saying about Mitrovic, man? No, hey, give my boy some flowers, man.
They ain't saying anything, but we'll get to
That's
him
what's
for
my
sure.
boy.
Give him your champion of the week then.
Yeah, he is a champion.
Yeah.
9 goals.
For the 9.
9 goals. What? Him and Kane. You said, yeah, him. He's like, I want a bit of Kane. You said Tony. Tony's there, yeah, but he's like, I'm looking.
No, Tony's on 8.
Got too much dip on your chip.
Nah, he's like, yeah, he likes what you guys got over there. he likes what's going on over there.
We'll go 2 more. They compare a guy with 4 accurate passes in a game to Neymar. Speak on it.
I've said enough.
Is the court closing this case?
Listen, I tweeted
This
yesterday.
this wasn't in our jurisdiction.
No, but I tweeted yesterday.
We do need to bring back stoppage time court though.
We'll bring back next week. In fact, in the comments now, write down any cases.
No. Not comments now. Comments after the live ends.
Yeah, after
Let
the
us
live.
know in the comments.
Yeah.
Who you want to see brought to court next week?
The way it
We're holding
happens is-
stoppage time court, and certain man's proceedings need to be brought forward.
ASAP.
We are sending the arraignments out this week.
Yeah.
Send your names.
Let us
Warrants are going out. You know
Let
what I
us
mean?
know.
We're in the DA office.
Listen, as you can see, we have my budget. The task force is growing. Let us know. Everybody get up. We're coming for you. No, it'll be fun. We'll do it next week. We'll dedicate a whole segment.
It's in the comments after the
Not
show.
Not here.
After the show.
In the comments. Let us know who we're gonna do a whole segment on it.
Yeah.
It's been overdue. We're into like what quarter of the season.
Yeah, we're approaching.
Last one. Cool.
We got this one too. From TD, we're less than we're less than 30 days to the World Cup. Who is your dark horse to win it all? And he also shouted out Lias, obviously.
Hey, we don't care about it.
Yeah, he said
we don't care about it.
This is for FTVL. Hold up. Shouts to Lias on his new Qatar from afar 32 and 32 daily show right here on FTVL. So
Yeah,
make sure you guys check that out.
And that show's good, man.
My guy,
Yo,
my
this
guy.
guy's Lias is out here talking about Ecuador
and
Qatar.
bro,
You know what I mean? I heard the pitch. I said, hey, that ain't for me. That ain't for me, dog. That ain't
That's a real football connoisseur right there.
I ain't talking about no Qatar. This guy talking about Ahmed Ali and that. I'm like, he ain't scoring no goals, bro. But content's content.
He got nowhere. Dark horses, though. I would say.
Do the comment.
No. I'll say the team you started off
I'm
with,
weak.
and the team obviously I'm supporting Holland, as always.
You reckon they're gonna get it right?
Bro, you guys are dark frauds.
We
Every
did.
tournament,
We
the
did.
dark
We did.
frauds.
Wrap it up then.
We
You
did.
know what I mean?
We
Wrap
did.
it up then.
Dark frauds.
Wrap it up then.
Listen.
You know what? Yeah, go on, you go first.
No, I was just saying. I think Van Gaal's last run, Van Dijk, time to turn up at an
Van
international
Dijk,
tournament.
bro.
Memphis, this could be your last run.
Memphis.
Wijnaldum, your last run.
Minutes.
Listen,
Wijnaldum's still injured, no?
actually, yeah, tell her he's going to be out completely.
My dog-
Oh, I can't lie to you.
You're in trouble.
I like that.
Well, you like Wijnaldum injured?
Gravenberch, Frankie. Ooh. Oh, we might be cooking in that midfield now. Because I can't like Wijnaldum is nice, but I always just felt like we can get something a little sexier in there. You know what I mean? A little.
But Gravenberch's definitely ready, yeah? He's ready.
I can't lie to you.
You know what? I don't want to say
taking
dark.
a hit this year at Bayern. Kennedy Taylor, no,
Bro.
coming.
I don't want to say dark horses. For me, I feel like all the South American teams are going to be strong. But I feel like with the injuries and everything, if they have to play the young bulls, like the black young bulls, France might cook. France might do a little sense.
They
The young
can't be
bulls.
dark
But-
horses. He said the
No,
top
because
three
The reigning
faves.
champions, bro. Can they be dark
No,
horses?
No. For
Oh
me, it was
man,
like-
you're a casual.
for me, none of the I don't expect any of the European teams to do well.
Oh,
I
man,
expect
you're
European teams to have-
casual.
You're dumb. I don't expect the European teams to do well. I've said this. I said it's definitely going to South America. I don't expect the European teams to have any do
I don't know
well.
about France though.
For me, I don't expect the European teams to do well at all. I think the European teams are going to spin it up.
KDB's time.
That's for me. I don't think, bro. I think this front cycle is not great
Oh no.
for me.
Oh,
And then they got all the
man.
injuries. No
You're
Pogba, no
casual.
Kante.
You're casual.
You're
They are
dumb.
the dark
No
horse.
Pogba,
You're
no
casual,
Kante.
man.
What, so
You're
what, you telling me
casual.
that
The question
where
was
do you put
dark
them?
horse.
They're still in the top three favorites.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Not
I
for
mean,
me.
no, I hear it. I
Not
hear
for me. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. They're not in my top three.
it. That is too fun. I'm
They're
sweating
not my
now.
top three. That's what I'm saying. It.
That killed me. Anyway,
That's me.
fair enough.
Young
you got-
England, Harry Kane,
Yeah.
boom.
Nah, England can't. I always back in England, but it can't be England. Argentina can't be seen as dark horse. I think they're gonna win it, but
Argentina and Brazil, but Brazil are ranked number one, so I don't know if they're going to win it.
you know what?
That number one curse is too real.
Dark horse? That's like a hipster type team.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No one's going to say the team's going to win.
Remember everyone's favorite dark horse last tournament, Turkey.
Turkey, and they got
Got
smoked.
dumped out.
But they weren't
Can I
dark
lob
horse
one
to
for
win.
you, bro?
Hmm?
Can I lob one for you?
Love it.
Serbia, Mitro, Vlahovic, Tadic,
Mitrovic.
they coming.
You doing up Tadic prop?
Wait, are you saying dark horses to win?
You know who I am.
We know no dark horse. We know with the dark horse that we say are probably not going to win. You know what I mean? You guys said two casual ones.
What do you mean? Holland ain't no casual.
I'm gonna say a casual one as well, and they probably got to put like someone like Germany in there. You know what I mean? You
That's
got to put someone like
Musiala's
Germany,
cooking.
Hansi Flick. They
Oh,
have
actually,
free flowing football. Havertz all of a sudden is a real big dog when he plays
No.
for
For
Germany.
me,
Musiala,
where is it? Serge, this is your World Cup. You missed the last one.
Nabry.
His goal record for Germany is insane. It's like what? 28 goals, 35 appearances. He missed the last World Cup. He's mad. Go and check it. Show me something. Move me. Because he missed out his World Cup.
Mitrovic got 50-something goals for Serbia. Yeah. Oh, I might have to
He's
put...
been punching up them Balkan states.
might have
What?
to put-
Estonia, Poland.
So I just put a little
fiver?
little tenner on the golden boot.
Saying Denmark in the chat as well. Uruguay,
Good shout. Denmark, good shout.
Ericsson back.
But Denmark were doing. They look nice in the last Euros as well. To be fair,
They were
even
the
without
dark horse
Eriksen
last
as well.
time, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
that's not a bad shout.
There's some things happening there. Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Mhm. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, man. Like the actual comments, not these comments anymore. You know what I mean? Actual comments. But yeah,
Listen,
that's right.
like, share, subscribe, algorithm, Manscaped, STTV, 20% off. Follow the individual socials. Make sure you tune in on Tuesday for FTBL Culture. Make sure you're tuning in to FTBL every day for 32, the road to Qatar. Can you give them a little insight on who's next?
Who's next? I mean, today England dropped.
Woo! I
So-
didn't see the England drop.
Yeah, it dropped during the show, so
Okay, I didn't see
So-
that.
Man.
You see you got it cooking.
I think tomorrow it'll be one of USA. Who else in that group? Wales or Iran? So stay
Iran, I
tuned.
can't lie, Iran, little.
Hey, they just hired Kiros again, so they're running that shit back a third time.
Mad over there at the moment though.
I want to tell. Case says Algeria to win it. Don't joke with
Algeria
that
to
one,
win
bro.
what?
That's what you said. That's a
I
tongue in
can't lie,
cheek.
the African
Kane,
nations.
huh? That's what he's doing it tongue in cheek. But Case,
I
don't.
need the African nations
don't
to
joke with
go.
that
Oh,
one.
they didn't even qualify yet.
Bro, Don't you remember him breaking down on the timeline?
Oh, yeah.
Morris
Poor
did
boy.
I
res.
can't lie, I enjoyed that day.
Morris didn't res.
And he finished 12th in the Ballon d'Or
Hey,
for scoring goals against Leyton Orient and that.
A win is a win. A win is a
I thought you
win.
were going to say something.
No, I ain't gonna say that.
Listen, like, share, subscribe. We'll be back next week. Remember, like we said, after this, go to the comments. Let us know. Stoppage Time Court is returning. We might have to get the, what's it called?
the gavel.
We need a,
We actually need to.
Yeah,
We actually need
we
to.
need-
and I need
The wig.
Wig.
3 weeks.
We'll
yeah,
sort it
I need
out.
a robe.
Yeah, we'll sort it out.
Nah, you
Listen,
got an OTT.
we're out.
The man that was shouting trauma.
Listen.